What's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. First, I got to give a shout out to Luis Nori for knocking out the long-reigning champion bantamweight, who is also one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Shinsuke Yamanaka, in a fourth-round TKO, which is a very stunning upset, I should say. So congratulations to Luis Nori Pantara. The other Pantar, can't confuse him with, what's his name? Edison Miranda. So I just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to him on that. All right. Thought I would make a unique video here. Well, not exactly unique. This is more of a MMA slash boxing related news. Now, we all know that the Conor McGregor and the Floyd Mayweather exhibition fight is on the horizon. That's going to come up in about the next couple weeks or so. Wow, that's about 2 weeks away, While this week we have Julius Indongo versus Terrence Crawford, unification undisputed championship fight, which I think that's the most significant fight this year, in my opinion. Could turn out to be a great one. So, I'm anticipating that, hopefully. But definitely the most significant fight this year so far when it comes to boxing. But on the other hand, it seems like some people are trying, some UFC fighters are kind of going the Conor McGregor route as well, or at least attempt to do it. One of those fighters is no other than Michael Bisping. Okay, he is the current middleweight champion at the UFC right now. And Bisping, I've been watching Bisping for a while. He called out Tony Bellew, who's one of the boxing's biggest stars in the UK. All right, now he called out Tony Bellew. This is what he had to say about the situation about wanting the Tony Bellew fight. He's like, look, he said, look, I can wrestle. Let me see. This is what Michael Bisping said about it. He said, look, I welcome the fight. I will actually want a boxing match with him. And Tony Bellew responded to Michael Bisping, and he said, look, here's what I can do. If the opportunity does arise, I would like to fight Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping is very popular, and he is from the UK, and particularly in Manchester, by the way. And he's had some good wins, very good wins, very good MMA record. He holds wins over Dan Henderson, Luke Rockwell. By the way, those two guys beat him earlier in his career, but he avenged those losses ultimately. Anderson Silva, Jason Mayhem Miller, he turned out to be a nutcase later down in his career. Well, actually later in his life, I should say. No disrespect to Mayhem. He was actually a very funny guy, but it is what it is. Particularly in the Anderson Silva fight, man. Bisping, he fought his heart out. It was a very close fight, but I thought he lost that fight. That's just my opinion on it. I thought he lost it. Of course, there was some controversy surrounding that fight where Bisping was complaining. I think he was complaining about some illegal shots or something. I don't know, something to that nature. He was complaining about certain shots by Silva to the referee. The referee didn't stop the action, so he looked at the referee for some help. He halted and looked at the referee. The next thing you know, Anderson Silva had striked him with a high knee and broke his nose, and that looked very grotesque. And a lot of fans were complaining about the way that, they felt that Silva had took a cheek shot at Bisping. And I argued the case and said, look, I understand the situation where you're coming from, but the fact is the referee did not halt the action, okay? The action was still going. You can't look to the referee if you feel you're not getting a certain call. You got to protect yourself at all times, and that's something that Bisping didn't do. Okay, so that's why he got caught with that knee. But again, with all fairness, you got to give him credit when credit is due. He did fight on. He didn't stop fighting, and he fought to the victory. So it is what it is. But again, I thought he lost the fight. But it is, that's just my opinion on it. But anyways, he does have solid wins. He does have a championship fight coming up against the former retired MMA legend and GSP, George St. Pierre. Now, he's coming out of retirement, and he's going to be facing Bisping for the middleweight title. So definitely be an interesting fight. But, the thing is that GSP's been away for 4 years now. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I'm not sure he can win that fight. But, we'll see. Anything can happen in the arena of fighting. So, anything can happen in boxing. Anything can certainly happen in the UFC or MMA altogether. So we'll see on that. But on to the Tony Bellew call out. And Tony Bellew said, look, if the opportunity does arise, I can make that happen. But just to clear things up, I did not call out Bisping. I'm actually a fan of his. So the thing is that I would like to have the fight, yes. So he just wanted to make that clear. He doesn't want to he doesn't want people to believe that he called out Bisping. So whatever it is, and but Bisping said, look, after I get done with he tweeted back to Tony Bellew. He said, look, everything's all good between you and I. We don't want people to twist things up. But after I get done with GSP, I'm down to have a boxing match with you 100%. So I don't know, man. What do you guys think about this call out? If this does happen, if it does happen, the boxing match does go down between Michael Bisping and Tony Bellew. Who do you see winning this fight? If you ask me, I have to go with Tony Bellew if it is a straight up fight. Now, Bisping did argue and say, look, I do have a kickboxing background. I can grapple, I can wrestle, I can punch hard. So that makes me more qualified to fight Tony Bellew. So I don't know. Actually, no. I take that back. That's what Tony Bellew said. Tony Bellew said he can grapple, he can punch, he can wrestle. So I don't know if this is is Tony Bellew also welcoming the fact that he can also go to the octagon and face Michael Bisping. Now, if that's the case, I'll favor Bisping to win that fight. But if it's a boxing match, I'm going to favor Tony Bellew to win that fight. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts about this, man. I have a feeling, though. If you ask me, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of crossover fights between the UFC fighters and the boxing's top stars. Given that Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather has kind of set up the cornerstone for future fights to take place in this situation. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It'd be interesting, so let me know what your thoughts about this. I'm out.